The disposition of the ring is not typical.
It's like a show to him. Might actually make for a better fight.
Haugen. Hand speed, always a big factor. Distinct advantage.
He's a counter puncher. Apparently he didn't take that one long back here.
Threw a punch at Haugen.
See, and one thing to look for, he's not used to
last August when he had a Tony Baltazar. 23rd, big underdog in Vencho. And a year ago, one of the keys to coming to the end of Rancho in the dark.
He was using the jab like respectful
moments ago and warm ahead. Now that's the fights in the past where they'll take advantage of every
our fight.
And got away with it.
That's why the referee factor is a judge.
Bobby Ferrer and Earl to fire off an uppercut. Right.
And I'm not saying that's the case. At home watching Camacho from, you know, that fork would hold him behind the head. And
veteran guys is Hector Camacho, who has every tool on the tool belt. Tried to place the straight.
That's one of his ending it here.
No more. To avenge the Camacho coming, seen him in recent years.
To fight, forcing the fight, letting his speed be the main factor. But when he lets his hands go, he's as good as a rail. You know, he's hard to deal with. If he had the conditioning, which he may have, in combination, he's going to be hard.
Camacho when he's first. He's a likable about Hector Camacho being polarized, not just because of his personal ways in the ring. This is the type of fighter, when it's said, that can still accomplish things like this.
Watch. So that's the thing, like, I mean, he was very excited, but by the same token, more patient and leaning back better. This is more exciting to watch, though, definitely. And you know, I think he's actually taking as many part three. Here is what
we saw 3 months ago in February in Las Vegas when Camacho, but little by little, and have some offense. You know, you talk about the early days of Hector was many point Edwin Rosario as the turning
that time, but a lot of people forget before that.
Off to a good start tonight. 3 times have been named show 3 months ago.
The fact that Camacho's not used to fighting at this pace for several years, you know, because I don't think he can out if Camacho wants to lead like in the last fight, where in the fight it looks like sense of everything to me right in the fight.
Blame for that first make weight back in February. Based on what we saw at the west of the ring tonight, that problem
not at this point in your career, you know, like to get rid of you, fight you. So if you lose again, you're going to kill yourself in game. So he needs an impressive.
It's hard to believe we're talking about devastating that loss to Greg Haugen was.
Right. He was. I remember Sugar Ray Leonard saying as he never reached that level that he was supposed to. Here, for a lot of guys, wouldn't be devastating, I believe.
Talk about writing somebody off, really taken care of. Macho come out the first third of this fight.
I do. That's the fighting, you know, at a good pace. He's letting his hands go to displays he's put on in several years. Haugen mesmerized a little bit. Haugen hasn't figured out a plan B at all. This up, he'll lose every round. Very good jab with Camacho.
Guys who, yes, one of the things that he does best is he's committed to the cause. He's going to stay.
That's a good thing, but Camacho, and it's killing him here. I mean, and that's good. Fire. And more rounds like this, it's got to dawn on him that things aren't going to go. On the other side, maybe he senses a slight, feels like he's making ground. So, if anything comes of it.
Camacho just playing from Haugen as he looks to corral him, and a flurry. So they continue on with round number 5. And once again, from Camacho, straight.
Quickly, so Camacho to watch for the fans. I like watching both versions of them.
Camacho was quick to Haugen and Camacho. Start this 6th round. Camacho triple jab, missed with the straight.
It's going to be interesting in his legs. He has just flow so much better. They really, more than people realize. He definitely has good legs. Haugen just can't get compared
to what he was for the.
And I think it's mental as much as anything. He's got the that he's not just going to lay back and He seems to have much more purpose.
Looking for something. Haugen has always been a popular. In turn with a left of his own. Back to the inside very well, and has always impressed the judges.
And that's what he's doing, that 3 and 4. I don't think he's thrown more than 2 punches at it. And you know, you're not going to beat Camacho because Camacho seemed to, and he got on him against flexes and the faster hand. See, now that's where anywhere he can hit him on the arms.
This is a much better rate. He's been able to offensive fireworks, at least in the form.
Here we go with the, this is what it's all about. Counter-punching.
Saw the left hand of this 12-round WBO.
Slowing down other than about 15 seconds at the end of the last round.
Haugen, the center of the ring. Haugen tries, he's underneath and gets.
He instinctively walks right back to us. Now here against the ropes, this is Haugen's chance to go off at his brain. He needs, it's the only chance he has.
Is vaguely defined, Camacho, ring general.
And a guy like that, you have to beat him with, most likely you're not going to outthink Haugen. To bet anything, the stool, Haugen probably thought Camacho would have won a point than he has. I think he's probably pointing the fight.
You know, I think his corner, they're looking across.
I think that's wishful to keep him in it, you know, because they don't.
These two fought.
I think what was going to happen, but
we'll see if number 7 title blows in. Has been coming.
He's looked more active and better than he has in a long time. But I'll tell you a crazy thing. So play it safe. It wouldn't be exciting, but you know, said he could coast through these last 5 rounds, lose the paper, win the fight. They have, even the corner, they have to, needs a knockout.
The other side there, I agree with you, especially the first 4 rounds that Camacho clearly round. I personally favor the work of accomplishing things. This crowd has been rallying support behind. Is starting.
That's the thing. I'll give you the mindset of people judging the road easily. People instinctively might unjust, you know.
And if you told me, hey, I'm not going to argue much.
3 rounds count as much, even though how
still trying to corral, and it's a welcome change.
And here judges are looking at it from a different, crazier things have happened.
Met up in what was a fight and jumped out in front of the scorekeeper for number 9. There were many pre-fight reports. Greg Haugen over that is prep fights. It's been 2 straight left.
So you can't throw punches at Camacho and be happy with what you've done, because he'll answer right to it. You know, Haugen trained here. It's because of the altitude. The altitude is higher here, and the theory is that if you train here, they say so.
And become acclimated to the situation.
Right, you can't. Your whole body made a good move doing that. I'm not. They say in a lot of it's like a lot of fighters, you know, they get nervous and they get crazy, and that was the theory. It might not even bother.
To the right hand up top, and then exits out to something that you brought up early on, making an easy target for Haugen.
I'll tell you though, I think showing me signs of fatigue. Moving, he doesn't have. I think he's moving out of necessity, out of trying to get out of. Right.
Much better for the final 3 rounds for this vacant WBO. He lost 2 of them. Lost a perk to be on the show. 3 rounds match. Camacho.
Huge, because a judge times at one time. Maybe it's 6 to 3 rounds left. It could end up 6. One guy sitting in one of those. There's still 3 rounds to go. That could still pull this out.
The first go round, it was kind of the tortoise. At some point, does that
skill? You have to show the underachiever something in my life. I want to win this fight, and make sure you earn that round. So he's got to show anything he can show, like there.
Showed a little oomph right there for placing a straight right.
People, judges included, they got 3 rounds to do it.
Underneath. The urgency would be the key word. Your life, you have 6 minutes to do it. Let's throw some.
I know what they mean. I mean, it shouldn't really take you so far anymore. They've reached the point where you've got to find out that he lost the fight. To his credit, though, Camacho, like he point.
Of course, the beauty of Hector Camacho, is the fact that as much as he led in the fray of being
used, like he can conserve, nobody can.
You saw him just walk Haugen back, takes time off the clock, says, I'm watching you. Flurry, the judge is honest, and remind them of Haugen, who's searching for the answer.
And Camacho's very smart. He realizes that Haugen's got some energy coming in. He grabs him. That's good boxing. He minimizes Haugen's effectiveness.
Haugen tries. Uppercut on the inside from Camacho. And then you remember what happened when they was deducted a draw. Iro hit Haugen after the bell. But Haugen is seemingly well behind on the score here in Reno. Camacho.
I definitely feel like is better. His mindset is better. Trying to minimize Haugen stealing the round from him by punches, and he holds him so Haugen can't hit him last time. But it would be amazing if
Haugen more aggressive here in this 12th. Just to throw a wet blank answers. Chanting Haugen, the key part of it. Haugen here with only a couple minutes.
Yeah, like he's throwing one punch. He's got to let his hands go. Before Camacho, like right there, he should.
The straight right-handed.
He can't worry about landing. I just want to see punches fly. It doesn't matter. He needs to appear to win the round, even if like he won the round by letting his hands go.
Camacho fight.
Look for a huge shot. He doesn't get it.
It never came. Camacho celebrating around the ring and raised up. And that's a very different look than we've seen in the past on Camacho, as Haugen feels good about his efforts. It'll be interesting to hear the scores. Camacho seemed to dominate the early action and then hold on for a win. But stranger things have happened like they did 3 months ago, so maybe some concern from Camacho.
Tucker scores the bout, 115 to 112. He has it for Hector Camacho. And Dave Moretti scores the bout 114 to 113 for the winner by split decision, Hector Camacho.